Hello everyone, this is Dalton with MTG Republic, and today I'm bringing you a deck tech of my green-white aggro budget. I'm doing this for MTG Under 100, which is a series where we make decks with cards we just have lying around that are worth under $100. So I mean, some corners are cut, but there's a reason for that. It's because it was under 100. So anyway, firstly, I run 10 broccoli. You know, it's obvious because it's a green-white deck, so I need some green mana. Then I run 10 suns. I love laughing at my own jokes, especially when they're really horrible ones. Here's some corners that were cut right here. Selesnya Guild Gates. You know, put those in for obvious reasons. And then I run 2 Temple of Plenty, because this deck without the Temple of Plenty was only $45. And I figured, you know, you can afford 2 Temple of Plenty if you're going to make this deck. It's no big deal. If you want to cut these out, it's no problem. It's not going to hurt the deck at all. But I figured I'd put them in because, you know, I had them, and, you know, it's not going to hurt the budget too much. Now, here are the creatures. I run 3 Witch Stalker, which are the backbone of the deck. If you're wondering why I don't run 4, it's because I simply don't have 4. As I mentioned earlier, we just make these decks out of cards we already have. So, yeah, I do not have the 4 Witch Stalkers. I really wish I did, but I don't. I got 4 Blade Cover Scouts, which are really good for, I mean, they're a common 1/1 for 1, and they've got hexproof. They can get really big really quick with the amount of enchantments in this deck, but we'll get to that in a bit. I run 4 Fleece Mane Lions. They're really good. I find that I don't use the monstrosity as often as I would like to, simply because this deck gets mana screwed a lot. Even though I run 24 land, it seems like I never draw any. You know that if you watch the other videos. It has some problems with mana drawing, even though, you know, I run 24. Anyway, going on, I run 4 Boon Satyrs. They're really nice because they have flash, which is awesome. So you can surprise, you know, you can bestow them with the flash, which is great for combat tricks and things like that. They're just a really good card. They're great to put on your hexproof stuff, and, you know, in case they have board wipes or things like that, they still hit the battlefield after that creature dies. Then we got 2 Fabled Hero. They're good because the heroic is really good. And also, you know, 2/2 double strike. You can't complain about that for 3 mana. Sadly, they don't have hexproof, so that kind of hurts. But you can cope with that with a few ways. Here we have Hopeful Edelin, which is, you know, it's a piece of crap. I essentially put it in because I didn't have anything better to put in. I would have much rather put in another Witch Stalker, and if you have the opportunity, take this out and put in another Witch Stalker. You're not going to regret it. It's gonna be a much better card for you. It saved me a couple times in the videos, but a Witch Stalker would have served me better overall. Now, on to the enchantments. And there's a ton of them. This is an enchantment deck. 4 Unflinching Courage. That is this deck's win condition. That is essentially it right there. Those 4 cards. There are a few other ways to win, but those are just incredibly powerful, incredibly good cards. And putting them on like a Witch Stalker or a Glade Cover Scout, I mean, it can win games. Another card that is surprisingly good, especially for 1 mana, is Ethereal Armor. You know, these stack, so if you watch the videos, you know, with the amount of enchantments in this deck, firstly it gives them First Strike, which is great for 1 mana. Plus it gives them +1/+1 immediately just because it checks for the Ethereal Armor. You know, I run 4 Boon Satyrs as well. They're enchantments. It checks a lot of stuff. Then I've also got a Gift of Orzhova, which is another great way to win the game. +1/+1 flying and lifelink can make a huge difference, especially against decks that don't run quite that much flying. It's a well-rounded card, and also it pumps the Ethereal Armor. Speaking of pumping the Ethereal Armor, 4 Pacifism. You know, it's great removal for 2 mana, essentially. You know, they stay on the field, so it counts for devotion and things like that. But it also counts towards your Ethereal Armor, and you got to remember that. It's an incredibly good card in this deck, and it functions well, helps the other cards out quite nicely. Then I also run Alpha Authority. Now, you may say this card is useless because most of my cards are already hexproof, but it makes them so they're can only be blocked by 1. Which is really nice because usually once you get a creature pumped up high enough, they're only going to kill it by blocking it with like 5 creatures. So this defeats that. It can win games even on creatures that are already hexproof just because of the other one. Plus, you know, it bumps ethereal armor. Nothing to complain about there. And then I run 2 instants, God's Willing. These are really good. You know, it can save the Fabled Hero, it can save the Boon Satyr. Plus you get to scry for 1 mana. So it's a well-rounded card, even in a deck that doesn't have much problem against removal. You know, you can swing in with a big creature and make it so they can't block. You know, it's got a lot of utility, and it helps the deck a lot. So yeah, I feel like this deck is very good. The lifelink is just crazy, from the Unflinching Courage, the Gift of Immortality. The lifelink's crazy. It really is. The reason this deck is good is because, you know, you get up to like 50 life or something ridiculous. And, you know, that's how you win. So, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys like the deck. I'll see you guys next time.